you're already seeing Fever fans telling other Fever fans to F off if they don't support this.
Have you ever seen a fan base turn on each other in a span of 2 weeks? First, they went through a Caitlin Clark injury that hurt every fan.
No, man.
Now they are refusing to show up to games following an announcement of a Pride Night in Indiana. Picture this, your feed explodes with a single rainbow-drenched tweet from the Indiana Fever, Pride Night, June 3rd. And within 30 seconds, the very fan base that just sold out arenas with ticket sites for Caitlin Clark's Iowa homecoming is torching the comments.
So when is the straight Pride game? They're getting destroyed, by the way. They're getting destroyed.
Fans who spent $670 on average to see Clark's preseason debut are suddenly demanding a straight Pride Night, tagging the team in red-lettered memes about puking rainbows and vowing to dump their season seats on StubHub. One furious post even snorts that America is crapping Skittles.
I love the Fever, but I feel bad for all the kids who have to be exposed to this on that night. This should be an adult night if y'all are going to do this.
For a franchise riding the hottest gold rush in WNBA history, the optics are catastrophic. Indiana and Clark's new audience skews conservative, and now the club is staring at a severe culture war before its superstars quad has even healed.
It's my belief that current Indiana Fever fans that were around before Caitlin Clark, they're not going to like this, all right? But a lot of your new fans, a massive portion of your new fan base, are conservative.
Mishandle this flashpoint and the Fever don't just risk empty seats. They could watch millions in fresh TV money, merch sales, and sponsorships go up in rainbow-colored smoke. But that tweet was only the spark. Before we get to the madness, should Pride Night stay on every sports calendar or get benched for good? Drop your verdict in the comments.
It is important to celebrate inclusion and equality with Fever fans because it allows everyone to be comfortable in their own skin and being who they are.
The Indiana Fever thought they were posting a routine promo when, on May 29th, a social media admin hit send on a graphic plastered with rainbow and trans flag stripes. Join us June 3rd for Pride Game, presented by Salesforce. All love, all welcome. Seconds later, the replies detonated. Fans who had driven 248 miles and paid an average of $670 to watch Caitlin Clark's preseason Iowa return suddenly felt duped.
The Indiana Fever announced a Pride Game. And the Indiana Fever, good luck. I can't wait to and maybe the attendance will be good on this. I don't know.
One furious user barked, "When's straight Pride Night?" while another memed that America was puking rainbows and crapping Skittles. Within the hour, the hashtags like Keep Hoops Hoops trended across Indiana. Reddit threads swelled with fans vowing to dump season tickets if the team pushes politics instead of basketball.
Each to their own, and I ain't judging people's choices, but I hate this. I hate stuff like this. Otherwise, why not do a straight game then? Or a ball-headed fat bloke game? The point is to keep basketball, as it seems you have enough trouble in that department currently.
The backlash blindsided a franchise riding the richest gold rush in WNBA history. Clark's arrival had already shattered resale price records and spiked local GDP projections. Now, before their superstar's strained quad can even heal, the Fever face a full-blown culture war, one that could scorch the very audience pumping millions into gates, merch, and TV ratings. And this was only the first tremor. The shockwaves were still gathering strength.
And it's like, is that what we're doing now? I said this is a great way to now split your own fan base.
The first few minutes were ugly. By the 10th, they were biblical. Fever staff tried to ride the wave by replying with rainbow heart emojis and links to limited edition Pride merch. But every official post sank under a riptide of quote tweets. Keep the politics. Give us Caitlin. Refund in progress. Do you want empty seats? Screenshot counters tallied the damage. 2,100 angry replies in under 15 minutes. A ratio no brand wants on its highlight reel. Suddenly a single theme night looked like brand suicide. Even neutral fans are pleading, just stick to hoops.
Fringe. So very stupid. Be about basketball. What people are asking right now is not for the Indiana Fever to Get involved with politics.
Yet Fever marketing doubled down, teasing in-arena drag queen DJ sets and rainbow logo courtside towels. Moves that alienated the newcomers that came to see Caitlin Clark and not some pride mumbo jumbo. In trying to celebrate inclusivity, the franchise accidentally painted a partisan bullseye on its own chest. But controversies inside the fanbase were only half the story. Next, the money started talking.
Eye roll, F pride game, what the F, just play ball, let me know when Cece's back. Pride died in 2024. Get over it and move on. Y'all still doing the pride thing? Question mark. It died in 2024.
Caitlin Clark didn't just juice box scores. She rewired the WNBA's customer base overnight. When the Fever drafted her in 2024, Midwest families that had never watched a women's pro game suddenly treated Bankers Life Fieldhouse like a pilgrimage site, packing minivans full of kids clutching homemade "I drove 300 miles for Caitlin."
Does this league ever want to make money? Seriously.
Here's the truth, that incoming wave is largely middle American, church on Sunday conservative, a dramatic pivot from the WNBA's historically progressive core. Outkick bluntly framed it as red state dollars propping up a blue-leaning league, warning that hot-button activism could send the newbies sprinting back to high school gyms. Pride Night turned that theory into a live-fire drill. The same parents who paid luxury suite prices for nosebleeds now threaten boycotts, while longtime LGBTQ+ supporters applauded the rainbow floor decals. Two audiences, one arena, zero margin for error. And if sports history teaches anything, the next misstep could trigger a chain reaction that money alone can't mute.
Nope, keep it about basketball and keep Caitlin safe. Can we make it about basketball? Don't mess with the Fever logo, please. Perhaps just focus on basketball. I don't agree with that woke garbage. Enough of this woke bullshit. See you guys in 2 weeks.
If Fever executives think this storm is unique, they haven't been watching the scoreboards of America's culture wars. In 2023, the LA Dodgers scheduled a Pride Night, then yanked an invite to the Drag Nun Charity Sisters of Perpetual Indulgence, under conservative pressure, only to face an equal and opposite backlash that shamed the club into an apology, a re-invite, and a 24-hour protest outside Dodger Stadium led by Catholic activists. The pattern is brutal. Teams underestimate regional politics, placards turn into boycotts, sponsors and TV partners start sweating, and front offices scramble to reverse course, often too late to dodge the gate receipt hit. Indiana just stepped onto the same minefield, only theirs is wired to Caitlin Clark level revenue.
No thank you. America is so tired of this crap. We are all puking rainbows and crapping Skittles.
What began as a rumble under one tweet swelled into a digital flash flood. Within an hour, Fever social media managers were staring at a 2,000 reply ratio so lopsided X's algorithm started flagging the post as controversial. Conservative influencers reposted the graphic with siren emojis, warning Indiana to learn from Bud Light. Outkick compiled the carnage, screenshots of fans canceling Ticketmaster orders, memes of Clark photoshopped under a rainbow rain cloud, and comment counts climbing by the hundreds every minute.
Screw off, I'm done with the WNBA. When is the veteran games? This league is a effing joke. Why? Question mark. F, man.
Parallel to the backlash, progressive accounts fired back with the "ballin' with pride," praising the franchise for refusing to pander. The Fever's attempt at damage control, pinning a generic "basketball is for everyone" statement, only poured gasoline. Replies instantly doubled, with one user sniping, "Sure, as long as everyone agrees with your politics."
I don't want them to get all up in politics either. Again, I don't want them to have a Donald Trump night. I don't. I just want them to play basketball. That's it.
For a team that hadn't logged this much online chatter since drafting Clark, the volume was dizzying, and the echo chamber was still expanding in every direction. But the next shockwave would leave the front office staring at spreadsheets far scarier than angry emojis. Just as the rainbow tweet firestorm crested, the league lobbed in a fresh grenade. The WNBA announced it could find no evidence that Fever fans hurled racist slurs at Angel Reese during the May 17th Fever Sky showdown, the same claim ESPN analyst Chiny Ogwumike had amplified to 5 million followers.
Yeah, you found nothing. That's great. That's accurate. Guess who told you you would find nothing? The entire Indiana Fever fan base said you weren't going to find anything.
Progressive fans raged that the league protected bigots, while Clark's new conservative base crowed that the findings exposed a smear campaign. Proof media outlets would invent racism to drag them. Hashtags #fake slurs and protect Angel spiked side by side, creating a feedback loop that funneled still more eyeballs and hostility toward Indiana's timeline. Fever staff spent an entire afternoon mass muting keywords just to keep the account usable. Fever brass convened an emergency call before sunrise. First salvo, a pinned X post reading, "Basketball is for everyone. See you June 3rd."
Again, they ain't even, think about this. You're a professional sports league. You're a professional sports team. The professional sports team doesn't even know their fan base now. Who do you have doing your demographics, and who runs that department? Demographics and analytics.
Internally, the club floated 3 survival plays. 1. Rebrand the evening as Unity Night, swapping drag DJ sets for a post-game fireworks show. 2. Add a simultaneous family night promo in an upper concourse, letting parents steer clear of rainbow confetti. 3. Double down. Keep every Pride activation intact, bank on sellouts, and dare boycotters to eat the cost of their own seats.
Maybe the Indiana Fever doesn't understand what they're new. They can't walk out during a game in a sold-out arena and look around and see traditional nuclear families in attendance.
League HQ signaled option 3, reminding teams that Pride events are baked into multi-year contracts with Adidas and Glad. Backpedaling could trigger clawback clauses worth 7 figures. Fever accountants countermodeled losses if Clark's fan base even hiccups at the gates. Worst case, roughly $42 million bled straight off Indiana's 2-year ledgers. But whichever path they choose, the moment of truth is less than a week away. Circle June 3rd on every calendar. Fever versus Mystics. National broadcast. Pride towels on every seat. If protesters show, ticket scanners could log either a record gate or the emptiest sellout in WNBA history. X-based boycotters claim thousands of tickets already sit on resale sites at face value. Rainbow flag activists vow to scoop them up and turn Gainbridge into a disco ball.
You're going to tell the new 1.752 million new fans that just showed up to piss off when you just started getting ratings and attendance? I'm not sure that's a great business move.
Add another wrinkle. Clark's quad strain is healing ahead of schedule. If the medical staff clears her that night, cameras will catch her either leading warm-ups under rainbow spotlights or staring from the bench while chaos unfolds around her. 2 days later, the league's media rights roadshow starts courting bids. Execs from Amazon, NBC, and Netflix will be watching the Pride Night optics like hawks before writing billion-dollar checks. Beyond that, July brings all-star voting, a popularity referendum, and August opens negotiations for Clark's first signature shoe deal, both milestones that sponsors will weigh against how inclusive or alienating the WNBA brand feels post-June 3rd. Pro sports has always sworn that winning cures everything, but culture wars are undefeated lately. So here's the question only viewers can answer. Will the league's brightest rookie wave a rainbow banner into a new profit era, or will a single-themed night fracture the fragile truce between two Americas sitting shoulder to shoulder in the cheap seats? Your move, Indiana.